Hello, in today's Sanford Harmony lesson, we are going to focus on lesson 2.5, which is called Critical Thinking in Practice. The key concepts we are going to address today are the following. Our thoughts influence our feelings and behaviors. We can change the way we think so that we interact with one another in positive ways. Messages in the media influence how we think and behave. It's important to think for yourself. It's important to be aware and critical of media messages. We learn from watching TV. Some people look to the characters in TV shows and movies to tell them how to act. The characters in TV shows and movies are role models for us. Sometimes we think of professional athletes and the characters in TV shows and movies as role models, and we learn things from watching how they dress and behave. Sometimes we look to these characters to know what's cool or see how to interact with one another. They have certain hairstyles or clothes considered fashionable. We enjoy the music they play. The way they act is cool. Being influenced by these people can be a good thing when they interact in ways that teach positive messages. They give to charity, they show how to be a good friend, they don't give up on their dreams, and they work hard to reach a goal. Now, I know many of you guys watch TV, movies, even sports games that show and teach you positive messages. You're able to identify those positive messages and you might actually follow them in the real life as well. And those positive messages displayed on that media might help you and encourage you to reach your dreams and to not give up. And you might follow that because you see these characters, these athletes, these role models who did that as well, and they reached their dreams. They followed their dreams with hard work and dedication. And you might choose to follow that as well because you recognize that that was a positive role model for you. And that's amazing if you recognize that, and you might even be influenced by that. And that is great because you recognize that there was a positive message in the media. However, there are times when these stars behave in ways that are negative. Stars may dress inappropriately, treat their friends poorly, and behave selfishly. These are situations where I hope in the media you are able to recognize that there could be some negative impact or something negative said or done that your role model might have done. Or you might have seen something negative in a TV or a movie. And I hope that you are able to recognize that that was just done in the movie or TV show to go with the story. It's not real life. That those things happened for show, but that didn't really occur. And I hope that you recognize that negative behavior and you do not choose to follow. Instead, you be a leader and you recognize that that was inappropriate behavior you might have seen in the media, and you recognize not to do it. And you recognize that that was negative and you should not be following that. So I really hope that in the media that I know with technology everybody is on all the time, you're able to recognize the positive things that go on, but you're also able to recognize those negative things as well. Because unfortunately, you will see these negative things too. It's not always going to be positive. But if you're able to pick out the positives versus the negatives, it will be extremely beneficial for you. Why it is problematic when stars behave in ways that are negative. It makes us think it's okay to do these things, that it's cool to behave this way. However, this is an example when you should recognize that you are a leader and you will not follow these negative things that stars might do in the media. I encourage you to make your own decisions about what is cool or popular and how to behave regardless of what your role models do. Even if your role models are positive or even if they're doing something negative, I encourage you to make your own choices and you decide what you would like to do, and you make your own choices and decisions every day. You can look at some of these role models to help you make these decisions, but I hope you're able to identify the right decision and you make the choice, not just following somebody else. Instead, be a leader and make your own choices. We are going to read a situation. So I am going to actually be the narrator, Brandon and Brandon's father and Mike. I'm going to play all these roles. If we are in school doing this, I would have different people act this out. However, for these circumstances, I'm going to read this out loud, and you are going to use this to answer a few questions in your Google Forms. The narrator, Brandon, burst through the front door, excitingly greeting his father. Brandon says, I got it, a brand new scooter. I've been saving up for 3 long months and now it's mine. The father says, I'm proud of you, son, especially because you didn't have to use my money. Let's go take a look at it. Brandon, his dad, and his friend Mike walk out front to look at Brandon's new scooter. Mike says, where is it? Brandon, ta-da! Brandon waves his hand over to the scooter with a smile. But Mike with a loss of excitement, I can't believe it. Brandon, I can't believe it either. It's all mine. Mike, you must be joking. You're messing with us, right? And he starts laughing. Brandon, messing with you? What do you mean? And he's a little concerned now. Mike says, dude, it has pink wheels. You just bought a girl's scooter. Brandon says, what? No way. Mike, only girls would want to ride this thing. Brandon says, Dad, please tell me Mike's wrong. Do you think I bought a girl's scooter too? Dad says, son, you may as well wear a princess dress driving this thing around. The narrator says, Brandon puts his hand over his face and shakes his head. Brandon says, oh no, please tell me I didn't just waste my money on a girl's scooter. Brandon looks up to see Mike and his dad nod. Brandon pushes down the scooter and runs inside. Now think about this situation that just occurred. You are welcome to go back and hear me say this again, or you can read this on your own in the Google Forms. I encourage you to really read through this again and think about what stereotypes you might see. Think about the behavior of each of these characters and what they said and what they did and what they followed. Take a moment, read through it again, and you are going to answer the questions now in this Google Forms.